to note, first of all, the survey is completely voluntary.
About A4.
I feel like we should have like a montage like in high school. Like, when you first arrive, you're like, oh, you are to that great Green Day song. It's like, what's the Green Day song?
Time of your life.
Temperance. Yeah. Time of your life. Yeah. And then like so like in the first like class you're all smiling, and then after a day one you're like confused. Yeah, that would be great. Okay, so what I'm going to talk about, first thing I'm going to do is we're going to talk about some work that we did studying the Nintendo DS. So really this week of lectures is intended to give you exposure to HDR research. So concepts beyond just building interfaces. Then I'm going to talk about Layfest and University. Okay, so the Nintendo DS. So I'm sure most people have, yeah, can you grab the light? This projector is really bad. This might affect your filming stuff. But yeah, that's good. Thanks. How many people have a DS? Wow. About half the class. Okay, so some facts about the DS. So it's highly portable, right? You fit in a pocket quite easily. It has wireless capabilities, so you can play locally, right? So you can play against one another, but you can also do online multiplayer gameplay with the DS. One of the cool features with the DS is this download play. Okay, so if you have Tetris, but I don't have Tetris, we can hook up. We can hook up via wireless, and then my DS will download a temporary copy of Tetris, so we can play against one another. Right. So it really opens up the possibilities in terms of multiplayer game. Not everyone has to own the cartridge. Okay? Now here's the kicker. There have been over 64 million of these things sold, and this number is about a year old now. There's one DS for every 100 people in the world, right? That is a lot of DSs out there, okay? And so given this feature set, right, the extreme portability of it, the wireless capabilities where you can have these local games, this download play where not everyone has to actually own the cartridge, and then the fact that there are so many DSs, there's a question of how does this feature set, coupled with this penetration, affect multiplayer gaming, right? How is the landscape portable gaming? How is the landscape of portable gaming different, given this feature set and the popularity of it? So we set out to do some research, and really the motivation for this research was the following. I bought a Nintendo DS. I took a train from Ottawa back to Kitchener, and on the train there's a kid in front of me who was playing a DS, and I'm like, hey, and I hold up like a Mario Kart box, right? And he's like, yeah, just give me a second, right? And then we play Mario Kart, and he creams me, right? This completely kills me, right? And so there's this question of how often does this actually happen in practice? You see DSs a lot. You go to the train, you fly, lunch areas, study areas, whatever. You see DSs everywhere. So it's kind of like this phenomenon where you have a basketball court, someone's out shooting hoops, and then you go up to them and you start playing with them, right? You have these ad hoc pickup games, right? So there was this question of how often does this happen with the DS, right? The capabilities there. How often do people say, hey, let's play some Mario Kart, let's play some Tetris, right? Or it's completely unplanned. They might see each other in again like an airport. How often does this happen? So we want to answer these types of questions. So how do people play together on the DS? So what's the experience like on the DS? Okay. How does the feature set impact gaming practices? So again, given these features, how do they impact the actual gameplay? So we did this qualitative study of 9 DSs. Okay, so these were males aged 18 to 34. These were students and professionals. We had initially a bunch of interviews that lasted about half an hour each, and then we followed up with some interviews with about 6 other people. We also performed observations at gaming events, and then we had a paper last year at COD on this work. So we went to DS gaming events, right? So here's a snapshot of one DS gaming event. But we also went to console gaming events, okay? And so these gave us points of reference. So this is how people are gaming with the DS, and then this is how people game with consoles, okay? And so these observations coupled with the interviews gave us a sense of how people actually play games with the DS. What?
Wait. You went all the way from MC to SLC?
We went all the way. Yeah, this is custom. This is not MC actually. It's SLC. They're both
This
SLC.
was SLC.
Yeah. So
I can't believe you made that big trip.
we did. Actually, Waterloo was extremely. Obviously, we did so well. Right? It was extremely convenient because of this really strong gaming community here. Anyway, so these gave us 2 points of reference to perform comparisons between the two. Okay. So the results. What I'm going to talk about is where people play, who people played with, and then why they played. Right. So where is the DS played? So this is interesting. So people reported playing the game everywhere. They reported playing at home, at work, on the subway, at the beach, even walking down the street. Just as long as someone was in front of them, walking in the same location, so they wouldn't get hit by a car or step in a pothole or whatever. People talked about going on vacation, right? And they would stay up all night playing the DS. The next day, they'd be like, "It's noon. We should get up. Let's go to the beach." They go to the beach and they're like, "What should we do?" Like, let's play DS. Right? So despite the fact that they're on vacation, they're on the beach, or something's in our locale, the glare is horrible. They still whip out the DS and play. Okay. At work, so I don't know if I have a slide on this now. So at work, we had instances of people saying they would go out to a stairwell, play a quick game in the stairwell with their friends, and then go back to their desk. Right? So there's this obvious, notion, or this obvious understanding that they're not supposed to be playing games at work, right? But they sneak out to the stairwell to play a quick game and then go back to their desk. Okay? So they play everywhere, right? And so the question became, well, where